Afternoon everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark Campbell and I am your host, and we are YTCSC, YouTube's Celtic Supporters Club. I hope everyone's well, and this Saturday it's a wee bit in the grey side here in Scotland. I don't know what it's like wherever you are. Sure, you can let us know what South Africa's like, Paddy. If you're here in Scotland or Ireland, not sure, mate. Let us know what it's like. Going to do a quick video today on the man, the ginger Baresi that is Liam Scales. I'd like to just go over a few bits and bobs. I really like Scales, and I know some people don't rate him enough. That's your opinion, and that's absolutely fine. But I'd like to go over a few bits, just to talk about the man and where he's come from and where he is and what he's doing and his contribution and stuff. So we'll do that. If you like these videos, please hit that like button, get the subscribe button clicked as well. Share it out to people that you know that would maybe like to see some of these videos. We're at 1,580, I think, or 579. We're trying to get to that 1888. So click subscribe and get this shared. We give away a free gift every single month to our followers. All you need to do to get into the free draw is comment your name. We've only got like 6 or 7 people in this draw. The draw is for, it's a wee canvas poster, and the poster is Billy McNeil. The older generation will know who exactly Billy McNeil is. Captain Marvo, the guy who took us to the European Cup 1967. So basically it's black and white, the poster. Then you've got the McNeil strip with his signature on there, which is pretty cool. And then you've got his career at Celtic with some pictures. And it's a wee canvas thing. So you can get that up on the wall. You can get it up for yourself. You can get it up for your son, daughter, grandson, granddaughter. Doesn't really matter. It's good for nothing. I'll post that away to the person that wins it. So please comment your name. And I will give you a wee love heart to let you know that you're in the draw. And as I said, I'll do that draw closer to the end of the month, and then we'll get that posted away. We've also got wee tops and stuff that we're going to do for Christmas, just to let everyone know. Okay, so let's get into the video then, guys, and we can have a wee chat about Mr. Scales. Okay, so for me, Liam Scales is one of the most underrated players at Celtic right now. I think he's super valuable. I like the guy. I like everything he does, and he's constantly getting pelters from Celtic fans. I don't know why, but I think he is a very good player. So, not too long ago, he was actually being written off, and he was a backup option, and yet here we are, 2025, and the guy is number one in the defence. Even I would think even over Carter Vickers right now. Maybe Carter Vickers still ahead of him, right? But I think he's brilliant. So he was once seen as a backup, and now he's possibly one of the most valuable. Well, he is one of the most valuable centre backs that we've got. So from nearly being sold to Aberdeen, if you remember that, he was almost out the door. I think the pen was in hand and he was about to go. To now becoming a key starter under Brendan Rodgers, and you can see what he brings to this team. Yes, we have not been very good going forward, but we've been solid at the back, and Liam Scales for me has been a big part of that. He's keeping out the £7 million signing of Austin Trusty, and Jamal Simpson Pusey. Pusey can't even get near the team right now, and Trusty's obviously been injured. But even when Trusty's not injured, big Scales or big ginger Baresis keeping him out. So what I'm going to cover today, I'll try and make it quite quick, only be about a 10-minute video so that you can go on with your day. But I'm going to cover Scales' journey, where he's came from, how he's got here, and what's happening now. I'm going to give you some key stats, right? These stats are impressive. And I want to. I was quite shocked actually when I seen them, but you might be as well. How he's comparing right now to his rivals, and why he's earned every bit of respect that I'm now giving him. And I do think the Celtic fans, as I say, underrate him, and he's one that as soon as he makes a mistake, people jump on his back, which I don't agree with. All right, so where did the man come from, right? So he joined Celtic from Shamrock Rovers, we know that, back in 2021, right? So he's been with us for around about 4 or 5 years. He cost Celtic £500,000, right? We go on about the money that we spent on Engels and the money that we spent on Ida, and it's constantly something that is brought up. Scales cost us £500,000, and look what we've got out of him. Phenomenal, £500,000. Big guy's a left left centre back, so he's left footed. And at the time he had decent potential, but he wasn't expected to be a long term starter. I think we actually signed him as a left back, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know in the comments if I'm right about that, but I'm sure we signed him as a left back. When he came in, then it wasn't quite working out for him, so we loaned him out to Aberdeen, 22-23. And he played nearly every game for the Dons and became a real fan's favourite there. I thought he done super well. It was one of the best moves for him, and we've seen that before with players like Christie and Ayer. Get them out on loan to a Scottish club and let them play football and let them learn and grow, and that's exactly what Scales had done. He played so well that Aberdeen then went on to try and sign him permanently. And at the time, every Celtic fan was like, "Aye, let him go." It wasn't really a problem that Scales was leaving. And at the time, I was probably of the same opinion. It was not really that fussed, because we had signed a few bodies in, like Norocki and Big Lager Bielka, and we thought maybe they were the future. How wrong were we? So he was seen as a good squad player, nothing more at the time, and that was it. So I think the turning point for Scales came in 2023 when Rodgers returns. Brendan comes back, has a look at him. We end up with a defensive crisis. Carter Vickers gets injured. Kobayashi was struggling at the time. There was a wee bit of uncertainty in that whole defensive lineup. Aberdeen were on the verge of signing him. Like I say, I think he had pen in hand. I think if you'll ever talk about it, he was almost there. He almost went to Aberdeen, but Rodgers blocked the move. And the big guy stays, which I'm so thankful for, because he then gets a chance early in the season, and he steps up and really never looked back. I think the poignant moment for me is when him and Norocki that are the only two centre backs when we're going to Ibrox, and I remember it vividly, and it was like, oh my God, man, we are going to get destroyed here. And both of them played brilliant. Scales stepped up, and we beat the boys in blue pretty comfortably, and Scales was a big part of that. And I'm so glad that he did stay. To go to Ibrox in that atmosphere and stand up like that, it takes guts, and it takes a guy who can play football, and that's exactly what he done. So I'm really glad he done that. He then stays and gets on with his football. So he starts stringing some consistent performances together then. Pretty solid at the back. I think we'll all agree that there's a wee mistake in him sometimes, but that's football. Celtic fans need to remember that's football, right? You're never going to be perfect. There's always going to be mistakes. Every single player makes mistakes. What I like about Scales is he's pretty calm under pressure. You never see him panicking. Never see him absolutely freaking out. He's good in the air, strong in the air at the back, strong in there in the with corners. He's always a guy that you're looking for to get the ball in to score with corners. And I think he reads the game really, really well. Sometimes I think he's rash. I've not seen it this season actually. Last season I would see him press way over the halfway line, and then he would get beat and we were a man short. That's what would got me last year and the year before. He was too high up and he was pressing too far up, too fast. But he seems to have pulled that out of his game, which has really helped him. So we move to 2025. He's played about 90 games now for Celtic, which is excellent. He's earned caps for Republic of Ireland. Pretty well well respected in Ireland now. Across all the media and all the fans, they like the fact that Scales is one of their centre backs, and he's now seen as one of Brendan Rodgers' most trusted players. Whether Celtic fans like that or not is true. He is one of the first names in that team sheet. He's not flashy, we know that. He's just reliable, composed and confident. I think the big guy's got a load of confidence, especially when he's bringing that ball forward. What I really like about Scales is he is always looking forward, always. He's the guy that's actually trying to break the lines. He's the guy that's looking for the ball down the line. He's the guy that's looking for the runs to try and get the ball over the top. And that's when Celtic fans criticise him. And that is wrong. Why are we criticising a guy who's trying to get the ball forward? Because sometimes his passes don't come off. That's football. I think we just need to get behind the big man, and when he's trying to play these passes, just let him continue to do it, because sometimes they come off, you'll see him will score goals. But let's have a look at the stats. Stats prove how good the big man has been, right? So this is from Opta data 2025 this season so far. So he has won 5.2 aerial duels per 90 minutes, right? That's the top 3 in the league. He has 89% pass completion rate, and that's up from 85% last season. So that's a 4% growth, which is what you want. You want your players to be getting better. Big Scales is one of the guys who passes the ball forward more than any of our defenders. And if his pass completion rate is 89%, then great. I know a lot of that will be those side-to-side passes, right? I get that. But he is the guy, if you watch Celtic, he is the guy who tries to get the ball forward. He has 6.1 clearances per game. That's more than Carter Vickers and Trusty. I know Trusty's not kicked the ball this year, actually, so I think we can pull him out of that. But if he is clearing the ball more than Carter Vickers, that's telling you how good a job he's doing. Either teams are targeting our left-hand side because they think he's weak, and he's not, or he is becoming more trustworthy than Big CCV with clearances. Here's an interesting one, right? So Celtic concede 0.7 goals per game with him starting, and 1.2 when he's not in the team. So we concede less than a goal a game, right? 0.7 goals a game when he's in the team, and we concede 1.2 when he's not. That tells you he has performed really, really well, and we're better having Scales in the team than we're not. So statistically, Celtic are a far stronger team when Scales play. We're a far stronger team at the back when Scales is there. So the eye test and what you'll see on the pitch, right? For me, he's calm. He's got a really commanding presence. I've loved how he's won battles, right? It was against that Hibs defeat, the big Hibs striker who tried to bully him, and he gets slagged, Big Scales, for not being as strong. Scales was solid against him. He was really, really strong. And if you watch him now, he is a big, tall, slender guy, right? He's not as strong as Trusty, but he doesn't back down from anybody. Doesn't back down at all. His ability to cover the left back and Carter Vickers when he needs to is unbelievable. He's there all the time. So he reads danger early. Rarely gets caught out of position for me, Big Scales. As I said last year, I would say that was different. Last year, I would say he was the guy who was probably pressing at the wrong time, pressing too high, and they were either playing around him or just getting the ball to the side and getting it through and goal. And we were a defender shot, which really isn't what you want to see. I think he's took that out of his game this year, which is brilliant. I know we had a horrible 0-0 draw at Ibrox, but Scales stood up to anything the Ibrox club could throw at us. Every high ball, big man was in there, defending really, really well. And in Motherwell, the Motherwell game, that last ditch tackle that saved Mother from scoring was an absolute belter. It was class for the big ginger Baresi. I love that. I love the ginger Baresi saying. So for me, he's mentally strong. He's came back from family bereavement, as we all know, and he's been unfazed by it, or he's looks unfazed by it. And the fact that he has had to endure the criticism from the Celtic fans that we have given him, and he'll know that. The thing is, these guys are just guys like you and me. They'll read social media, they'll hear the boos and the chants and the groans when you make a mistake in the stands, and he just gets on with it, the big guy. I think he plays with his heart on his sleeve, and he plays with composure, and that's exactly what you need as a Celtic defender. You need to play strong, but you need to be composed at the same time. So he's keeping out some of the big names, right? Trusty, I think we signed him for 7 million. I'm pretty sure we did, right? It was either that or just under that. Big Trusty was strong, athletic, Premier League experience. I think he blew it against Rangers when he got whipped off at half time, and Scales has come in and been the guy ever since. Trusty was expected to walk into the team at the time, being a left-sided centre back, but Scales has kept him out, and he's kept him out on merit. If you're a Scales, if you're a Celtic fan that is not not a fan of Scales, you have to be honest with yourself. The guy's playing well. So Rodgers' philosophy is, if you've got the shirt, you keep it until you lose it, right? And that's what the big man is doing. He is working his socks off to keep that jersey. We can't blame the big man for us not scoring. I think he has been one of our most forward-thinking defenders, and he's stopping us for losing games by being so solid at the back. So I don't think Rodgers will change his mind on Scales, and I think he's in there, as I said, on merit. Pusey hasn't seen the first team at all. He played for the B team yesterday and they get beat 5-3, which doesn't really say much for him, but that boy has apparently got a big future at Man City, and he was meant to come in and challenge Scales, and he's not even seen the light of day with the first team. So I don't know what that is all about. I think that might be a Brendan Rodgers and Pierre Lawwell situation, but Scales is keeping him out the team as well. So when you're keeping out a £7 million signing and an absolute gem of a prospect for Man City in the Premier League, you're owning it. You're doing what you need to do, and I think Scales is doing that. So he's faced loads of criticism. He's never complained, and he just actually gets on and works harder. Big guy will be respected in the dressing room. No two ways about it. He's vocal. He organises players around him. If you watch him, and for me, he's one of these guys that leads by example. He's consistent. He's steady. He's focused. He just does it. He gets the job that he's meant to do, and he goes and does it. Resilience is another thing I would like to talk about with Scales. He shows it in abundance. Makes a mistake and just gets up and gets on with it, and continues to play the game that he plays, which is winning the ball and trying to get the ball forward. So every mistake is meaningful at Celtic Park. You know that yourselves when you see it, and it's is that grown, and that you've got 60,000 people doing that. It must be so off-putting when you are playing in that arena. It must be tough, but he thrives under pressure, I think. And he's a classic example of attitude over hype. He just goes for it. So the bigger picture then, Big Scales is 27. So he's entering his prime years. We've got him at the right time. He has grown into the Celtic jersey, and we've got him as where you want a defender, 27, 28, 29. He, for me, is going to be absolutely essential over the next few years. Left-footed, calm. That's a rare profile in modern football, you know. I just think we look stronger with the big man on the pitch and as part of the team. I think the partnership with Carter Vickers and Scales is turning into a nice one. Just need to get our middle to front sorted out now. Okay, so from nearly being sold to Celtic's most valuable centre-back at this minute in time, in my opinion, keeping it trusting in Simpson Pusey. Delivers every week. He does. Statistically, you can agree with me that the stats are brilliant. Eye test as well. He's turning into a player that actually looks good in the eye, and you can see that he knows his job. And he's a hard worker, and that for me is what we want in our Celtic defenders. So just a couple of questions then. You might not agree with me, and that's totally fine. But who is our best central defender right now? Is Scales put him CCV, or is CCV still ahead of him? Who do you think? And if Trusty gets fit, does Trusty come back into the team? I know he had a really good pre-season, but does Trusty come back in ahead of Scales for you, or does Scales keep him out? Okay, listen, I'll let you guys get on with your Saturday. If you like the video, please comment. We've got our usual people who comment. Pork chops, love you, mate. Really appreciate it. Paddy boy, love you. Gavy boy, you've started getting getting vocal with us, which is really appreciated. Michelle, thank you also. Let's get commenting. Please subscribe if you're watching this and you have not done already. And hail William Scales. Thank you.